Where I get this number? I'm at list 4. And we're playing Satisfactory today. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of the way of whatever transition's going to pop up, and I'm gonna get some more Satisfactory done. Now that we've been doing a lot of Satisfactory, okay. Okay, so I know that you fully understand off of that sentence right there. Okay, functionally speaking, there is no way that I did not perfectly explain everything that goes into me constantly playing Satisfactory. Okay, so I'll see you over there. Okay, welcome back. Just trying to correct the resolution error. So I did some things while you guys were away. Some things. I found a better quartz node to pull from that is also still a pure quartz node, so we've got silica and quartz in both. I also built myself a house. Ah, damn. Now you might be like, oh, well, why would you do that? That's a bit of a complicated situation. Allow me to basically sum it up. Basically speaking, I've seen a lot of people play this game, but a few people, like, first few people that I've seen play, so, not that, I haven't seen a lot of people play, but functionally speaking, the people that I have seen play haven't really integrated the HUD into the house, and a thing that I've not really noticed people utilizing is the fact that the top bit of the HUD doesn't really seem to have the same rules as the bottom of the HUD. The top bit, this part here, that usually has like 2 platforms, seems to have been intended to be used in some capacity so that you can place like foundations on it. And if you can place foundations on it, you can build a building in there. So I decided to build a little building. It is actually synced to the world grid, as you can tell, because this whole building is synced to the world grid and it connects right in. But I have a crafting station. I've also utilized the natural door that exists within the equipment workshop. I am being referred to. Yeah, okay. That is in the equipment workshop as an exit to an exterior pathway. Pathway. Sure, pathway. And then I put the man up here for a nice view. I also have been doing other things, but for nowsies, I also changed out this for just cast screws to increase the conveyor pressure, whatever you want to refer to it as. Either way though, other than that, this building has extensive storage, as you can see here, so what I did was I put like foundations and I stacked them up to this point, and then I put the chests on the top. Then I deleted one's foundations, put a second one down, and then deleted the last foundation so that I only had the floor surface, and then put the last storage box down. Which I think I can even, real quick, show you how that's done. Jet engine is in full swing. Yep. Maybe like if I hit control, whatever. See, we'll get one right underneath it. Yeah, so those two are lined up. And then let's try and get one up there. Yeah, see, like that. You can technically travel one back, but you have to press control. But the point is, that's how you get it done, and then you can actually just, if you look at the hitbox wall, not the actual wall, the hitbox wall, which you can see the edge right there, that edge. If you look at the hitbox wall, it'll place right next to it, which then allows you to move it wherever you so choose with locking hologram. Either way, I did that for a bunch of storage in a relatively small space, because while yes, the containers out there can actively store a lot more, these can store a lot more in a single block like this. So I wanted to, actively speaking, use that just for making a little comfortable creation space and doing off of that. But there are a few things that I do want to do real quick before we continue, and that is, of course, because my silica is more than likely filled to the brim, I want to split off of it and sink it. And then I'm going to discuss this, which, is retrieved from a very specific node. I might have had to fight some spiders. And we're not talking about the kind that your sister screams at in the middle of the night because she's scared of spiders. No. We're talking a little bit more intimidating. Either way, where's the splitter? There's my splitter. Where is my splitter? Okay. And now we hit 2. Now what is the power requirement for this thing? It takes, standard points, DNA points? Where is my donuts? I'm gonna let that go for a little bit. Anyway, I got other things to deal with. Anyway, so another thing that I did was I found this mineral that I haven't seen many people use, but that's mainly just because of the lack of whatever you want to call it. But either way, I found bauxite apparently, which is apparently a thingamabob. So I'm going to go ahead and I just filled up on silica. Because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go store that, because if I'm sinking it, I want to have a supply myself. Also, I changed up which node I'm using for limestone. So this is a normal node, not a impure node. So it made sense to just transfer it over, and then... So I've got a few messages that I had, which I was hoping to have while I was recording, which unfortunately I did not, because I guess I collected that. Also, I hooked up the sulfur node, so I've now got a steady supply of sulfur. I also have all of these set up through a sushi line to the upstairs. So I have access to rotors, and oh my goodness, I have to collect those too. Steady supply of rotors, reinforced plates, and modular frames, which I can't believe I remember the name of all of those off the top of my head. Please subscribe. Okay, that one's empty. You go. Also, I have wafted a few of these, which are medical inhalers. I didn't actually use them in the fight because I thought that you guys would want to see the first time that I used it officially. Now you might be like, oh, well, you're only going to use this for one thing, and you're not really right. I'm going to sink the DNA through this. Excuse me, but there is a reasoning for you to think that. I understand. Look at the dip from when I took some silica out. Either way, we're going to take me coupons, put out one, and then provide it back from where it came. Goodbye, coupon. Have a nice day.
Fix-It sees what you did there. How creative. I have also been creative. There is something extra special for you in the awesome shop. It is a marvel of technology. It is truly the shape of the future. I will be sad if you do not use it and love it, and tell any friends you make in the future all about it.
I don't know if I'll love it, but I will do what I can. Okay, I'm joking, at some point it's still like decent. Either way though, I have a spot for my awesome shop. So let's go ahead and bring out our awesome shop. What do I do? Do I have everything? Yeah, the flipping maker. Which, of course, I could, like, put it here, here, whatever. But I do have a patio guide. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it there. Okay, let's check out how this looks. Pretty good. Let's see what we got in the awesome shop. Statues and stuff that we can get eventually. Adequate Pioneer, pretty good Pioneer, Satisfactory Pioneer. We have a few different songs that we can acquire. We have this thing, and of course we've got the Cyber Wagon, which we just unlocked by doing that. Management parts. This is something that I'm going to want so badly. So soon. Organization. I like, by the way, the way that I pulled off that it's in the center is that I lined up the HUD to the world boundary via putting down basically a pillar of walls and then kind of guesstimating where the ladder would end up. So it was a whole bunch of back and forth feeds. Either way though, I really want a door. Add to cart. And customization wise, asphalt, grip metal foundation. Needs steel, I don't have steel. Concrete foundation is its own mess. And that of course requires plastic. And these all take quartz crystals, which I haven't properly studied in the man yet. And quick wire, which I'm going to need to study very quickly because I really want some lights in here. But either way, let's get that door in. This is gonna be good. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Ah, better. Oh, yes. I finally have doors. But we need to study some things. I finally have an empty inventory, so I'm going to get the ores that I've gotten to study, and you are going to listen. Not but watch. Also listen. Because I unlocked some things. Strange communication. Let's start with 4 and then we'll go to 5.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resonance song. Scripture
My
becomes harmony,
favorite
becomes composition.
audiobook.
Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Threats from alien
Pattern
creatures unknown.
analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat Pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form.
That's
Our
cool.
expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
Oh. He jokes about that because so let's go to 5. Let's play that.
We watch the waves of the effigies in the shallows passing through the windows, and they're all the same. There is no resonance growth. Sing.
I just called the Fix-It doctors. They told me there is definitely no danger from repeat exposure to these signals. In fact, they said it is good for you. I apologize, but the call dropped suddenly, otherwise they would have told you themselves. The
No.
good news is you should run towards these strange and dangerous looking objects whenever you find them. Doctor's orders.
Well, if I have to. La 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 la. So we just collected some beautiful bauxite. Let's go all the way down, and let's do Strange Communication 6.
The voiceless effigy creates bodies in their waves, but does not notice the shore. Is our melody not beautiful?
Detecting abnormal brainwave activity again. Activating artificial brainwave resonator.
Woohoo!
Your shallow song has no rhythm. The river erodes our temples without prayers and washes away our scripture without deepening. Consume.
I believe
But
this
it's
is one of
tasty.
those moments where the scientist would yell, Eureka, but that seems entirely too dramatic. It seems they are
What do you mean
somehow
dramatic?
organically emulating human speech. Fascinating. Continue exposing yourself to alien artifacts.
Woohoo! Let's also collect Sam ore, although I might have already triggered the Sam ore thingamabob. Let's check. Let's check. Gathering iron ore. Quartz, sulfur, fabric. Here. Strange communication, alien organism. Damaged hard drive collected. Hard drive scanned. Strange communications, fix it coupon. Fix it coupon. Fix it coupon. Did that do anything? No, I have to think research it. Okay, fine. Let's get some Criterium. Since we got bauxite, which I still don't exactly know what it's for. I've not really seen too many people use it. Also, the recipe to the side is for the rebar gun, which I already have plenty of resources for. And unfortunately, the study requirements for the gas mask, which is not so easy to acquire. So Criterion. Also, I should probably get rid of the bauxite. Sure. Let's go.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability.
Woohoo!
Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Did they avoid saying gold? I know that gold's extremely conductive and malleable, but I could be wrong there. I don't know my periodic tables as well as I should. Or more accurately, I don't know the numbers behind them. I do know some definitions on a few little things here and there. Why Wayne empty? I sat for so long. Time to man. Okay. So we have alien technology, quartz, and Criterium, which... Let's research Criterium first, and then let's get to alien technology and get that rolling.
The metal has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
Yeah. Alien technology. This will enable our summer sloops.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
I finally ran into a hatcher. Took me forever, but I did. So we're going to research that. Protein that takes.
The remains researched belong to a plant-like organism hosting the larva of the flying crab, the most mature of which hatch when threatened. Hatcher remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration. Pocket dimension significantly expanded. I worked all afternoon, analyzing the transdimensional confibulatory permutations of alien DNA to achieve this. We are all doing our part for Fix-It.
And steel beams in general, and also of course beams and a few other things go here and there. But a lot of what needs to get done right now just can't be. But what I can do is this. And of course we also have that, but first, really just want to push those butts. So we have this, and all of which that is down there. Okay, and we're gonna resupply that real quick. But what I can also do over here, because of how I handle things, so let's do some more with quartz. First, let's check our personal supply of quartz and silica, and get out modular or so. Quartz. Start research.
Research completed. Quartz crystal recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Okay. We're gonna study this real quick. And we're gonna study this.
Blade runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
Yeah, I can just I can just craft this. Perfect. Yeah, it enables large jumping and all that stuff, which is very useful. Let's craft some of this manually because it'll make things a little bit faster. Quartz. And do I have? There. Bunny. $100. How about I set this up to the auto crafter? Or just sit down and do what I kind of need to do anyway. Just put down an auto crafter that this crafts it anyway. Or, you know, that was just disgusting. I had it set up. There we go. Okay, so this thing is a first line. Yes. So that's just be a spaghetti cake. That will speed things up. For now, though, we are unfortunately limited by our current state of affairs as far as the existent resources that we can currently produce. So what we need to do is unlock the next tier. How do we unlock the next tiers of Satisfactory, you may ask? Well, that was the next thing that I wanted to bring you guys out for. Of your little dirt caves and all that stuff. Yada yada, I don't care. Operationally speaking, Satisfactory. I do love how you can place like a foundation. Like look at this. It doesn't care if you place a foundation. It doesn't care if you place a wall there. It just cares if you put items there. For unknown reasons, either way. And just to make sure that I have a constant supply, I'm just going to take out some of this, which you might be like, why did you actively store it? As for other reasons. Either way, and for fabric, because fabric requires it. If you really must know, where is the... I remember there being some kind of... There we are! And here she is. Dar she blows! Beta? Okay. I thought I was gonna drop from the bigger device. Either way. It does. Okay, so it drops from that thing, but this thing just was rendering off of it.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Well, I sure wish that I had more rotors. That was so nice. Just being able to jump up. If only I had. Man, guys, I think I don't have any rotors. There's my rotors! I think I have a little bit of a supply. I can spare one or two. Because I'm saving humanity, of course. Oop. Also going to do that. Just speed things up partially. Then speed up. These two should speed up because there's not something draining off of their screw requirements. And we already have a few smart plates coming down. It's not manifold. I am calling it the wrong thing. I think it's called space or something like that. Either way. Basically what I did here was I tried to pretty up the high efficiency lines so that it actively speaking inline structure, because there's like two different ways. One's manifold, the other is unloved. I can make jokes about that, but I'm going to move on with my day. But this is the unloved style, but I changed it up to look more like a manifold does. So instead of just actively speaking placing this dead center, I placed it actually towards the direction that I actively wanted to send the high efficiency lines through. And then I actively speaking changed up the way that they send out so that it looks a little bit prettier. This is really my long-term intention to deploy to increase the efficiency of factories, but also try and use the limitation of this tactic as basically a way to actually test whether or not I can make things look pretty, basically. Of course, just like pixel art, at some point there's going to be some limitations that need to be understood. This is not automatically going to be the greatest thing out there, but I'm going to try and see what I can do with these lines, this line style, to try and make it look a little bit nicer and neater. But a prototype like this is still just that, a prototype. We still have very much random lines going in random places for random reasons that people won't know. Like this is if I get spare limestone from going out into the... That was not the map. When I go over here to where my quartz node is, there's a bunch of mushroom flowers that allow me to get mycelia, which is great, but it also fills my inventory up with limestone. So I have a dump spot over there for when I get limestone, so I can just put it into this concrete maker, and it'll increase the efficiency of the concrete maker, increasing my output. Partially. Since I'm technically partially serving myself. Whether or not I like that. I have made some novelisks, and now it is time to get revenge on the gassy plants. Now I'm going to try and be quiet here because people are doing goals and stuff. But I do want to get this done. Well, I cleared up the gas from one perspective, but finally, all power slug variants acquired.
Research completed. Yellow power slugs are further into their life cycle than blue power slugs, and thus have more potential energy stored. They can now be processed into power shards. Research completed. Purple power slugs seem to be near the end of their life cycle and have a significant amount of potential energy stored. It is a good thing Fixit does not waste. Purple power slugs can now be processed into power shards.
Okay, transition time complete. You have your transition time. Your time to do the transition is over. Future me. Now then, we have plenty of smart plates for the smart plating of plating smart. I'm sure that they will transpart, but also we have researchables, shotables, and discount dubiousness. Of course, this will also help, as you can so clearly see. So, with that in mind, of course, I shall start with the elevator to space. This is conveniently covered by my patron. Would you mind? Thank you. The elevator to space. And of course, seeing as we have the readiness, the steadiness, we have the seal. Seal the system properly, my friend. Perfect. Now send.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations,
Oh,
the Phase 1
goodness.
project
Thank goodness I got a
shipment
monster
is
for
now
this.
ready for delivery. On
Thank you.
delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of
Perfect.
Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project
Perfect.
parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously.
Sounds
Continue
great.
to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better Fixit future.
Yep. Send it, baby! Bon voyage, monsieur! Brick of Doom! Whee!
Phase 1 of
Beautiful.
Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the
don't
first
have to
step
fight.
towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, Not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is
Kittens and
statistically
puppies.
likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue
Perfect.
the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
I guess this would be the project assembly. So let's make this preferred color. Sorry, not perfect color. Preferred. Good. Enter. I'm getting so good at these hex codes. Select. Look, see. It is colored. So nice. So beautiful. So nice. So let's see what we've got here. To be continued. So I've got no idea what happened inside of this video or content, whatever the heck it may be. I just know that this is a pre-written to be continued that I should have probably done a couple some odd weeks to years ago. Okay, operationally speaking, I used to be continued enough. There's plenty of good reason to actively speaking, have them just sticking around for those times when it comes in handy. So I'm just gonna pop this here. If you liked the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would express yourself in the like and dislike section. Comments are appreciated. You can complain, you can sing, you can do whatever the heck you would do inside of a comment section. As long as YouTube's okay with it, because I got no idea. I don't know what kind of moderation it even has on there, but I'm going to assume it's what it is. And if you subscribe, welcome to the ride. Okay? Not going to say it's a wild ride, not going to say it's a crazy ride, but I'm going to say that it is going to be a ride. A long ride. But operationally speaking, don't die, it's no fun. And of course, toodaloo. Hope to see you in the next part. Whatever part that is. And have a nice night. Whatever the stuff is. Thank you for watching.